I see we have a handful of people here, so let's go ahead and get started. First of all, welcome to tutoring. I'm really excited that you're here. If you've never attended tutoring before, I know it can be a little bit confusing. So my goal for today is to briefly introduce myself and establish the norms and protocol that you and I can expect at these tutoring sessions. So all you need to access tutoring is my schedule and my Zoom link. I'll be in this Zoom meeting at the days and times that I've listed every single week. And if I ever need to change my schedule, either a temporary change or a permanent change, there will be an announcement that describes it on the homepage of the LAPC Geology Canvas shell. So please look out for these announcements and make sure you're in that shell. As for introducing myself, I'm a geology major at UC Berkeley who was formerly a geology major at Pierce. I took the exact class you're taking now and fell in love with geology. I began to tutor the subject soon after and have now tutored it for years. And I absolutely adore tutoring, and every semester I feel like I learn so much from my students. So in terms of Zoom etiquette, I'll always keep my camera on and my mic unmuted, and I would prefer for you to keep your cameras on too, but please feel free to do whatever makes you comfortable. Also, feel free to unmute yourself and jump in whenever you have comments or questions. Please do mute yourself though in moments you're not speaking if you have a lot of background noise, just to make sure everybody can hear. If unmuting yourself and jumping into conversation sounds overwhelming, you're welcome to grab my attention with the raise hand Zoom feature so I can help quiet the group discussion to hear your comment. You're also totally welcome to use the chat feature, but please note that as a human, it's hard for me to process a fast-paced discussion and read comments from the chat at the same time. It may be difficult for me to read and register your comments synchronously alongside the discussion, but I will make sure to stop multiple times during the session to read through the chat and make sure I didn't miss anything. So just a few final expectations before we get started here. Usually a handful of people attend these sessions and we run it like a free-form discussion. I won't call on people or elicit mandatory feedback, but if I see all the participation is coming from one or two students, I will encourage quieter students to speak up. And I may not be your professor, but I am still a tool for your personal success in this class. So I will not give out answers or enable any academic dishonesty. You're all better than that. This is an active discussion. We'll explore finding the answers together. I may answer your question with another question. I'll also invite you to take out your notes, textbooks, videos, and other learning materials at the start of the session. That way we can find the answers to our questions, and we can also learn to be better learners as we work our way through the content. You will be confused sometimes. Heck, I'm confused sometimes too. That's great. Confusion is necessary for learning. It's okay to ask those questions. Let's encourage each other to make this a safer space to figure all this stuff out. With all that said, I've introduced you to myself, my tutoring sessions, and some of the norms I've set to keep these sessions running smoothly. Next, we'll all briefly introduce ourselves, answer any questions you may have about how tutoring works, and then we'll get started.